How do you find these ideas? Is it inspiration? Is it, gee, you're now known enough that people are coming to you with them? Or is it just, having that sixth sense somehow?
It is. My experience has been always that it comes out of talking to people. It's networking. It's chatting with folks, and one thing leads to another. And I've heard thousands of ideas, of course, and I don't pick them all. But sometimes a great idea just speaks to me, and I think I like the person. I have a sense of trust in the person and his ethics, or hers, and I feel that if we can work together, it's worth doing. And we try, and I've had, as I say, some spectacular failures, but I've had some successes.
So entrepreneurs watching the show, they're thinking, okay, that's fine, that's Frank, he's Frank, I'm me. What kind of advice can you give to an entrepreneur if they do want to have some of this blue ocean strategy? How do they identify some of these disruptive bits? Because when they're working in the business, sometimes it's very hard to be working on the business.
Yes, that's true. And there's two questions in that, Randall. But if the person is looking to do something and not doing something at the moment, don't do something somebody else is already doing. Don't make another loaf of bread. Don't, at least in my view, competing within a market is really, really difficult, because there's only two ways to compete, and that is a race to the bottom usually is the result of whatever you're doing. I'll sell it for cheaper. Oh, well, that's great. So your margins are suffering, or I'll get better service. That's fine. Your margins suffer, but in the end, it's a race to the bottom. That to me is not exciting and not interesting. I'll do it better. Well, maybe, but the way to go about this is to find something that somebody isn't doing now. And that's what turns me on in any event. And if you're running your business and you're in a highly competitive market, then you need to find a different way of doing your business. You need to find a new market for your products. And that comes out of Blue Ocean Strategy, which is a great book written by Kim out of INSEAD. And I would advise somebody to take a look at that, because if you could apply that. Sony told us that Samsung told us that in 1985 or 1995 they were relatively poor manufacturer of black and white television sets, and today the number one in the world in electronics. And how do they do that? Blue Ocean Strategy. In every single case, every product goes through a Blue Ocean Strategy college. It's called Value Innovation in South Korea, and as a result of that, changed the dynamic of that firm. And there's been story after story of the same kind of thing. It takes commitment and dedication and funding, but if you do it, you can change your business.